In this video, we're going to see the difference between mass and weight. What is mass? Mass is the amount of matter that is present in any object. So if you take an apple, it's made up of atoms and molecules, so the amount of matter contained in it is referred to as its mass, and it's going to be measured in the SI unit of kilograms. Weight, on the other hand, is defined as the force of gravity on an object. So in terms of the apple, it is the force with which the earth is attracting the apple towards itself. Since weight is a force, it must be measured in SI units of Newton. So how do we calculate the weight of an apple? So let's say the mass of an apple is about 120 grams, which means it's about 0.12 kilograms. So that means the weight of the apple, since weight is defined as force of gravity, and you know by Newton's second law, force is m times a, weight must be mass times acceleration due to gravity. So on the earth, the acceleration due to gravity is 9.8, so weight is 0.120 times 9.8, which is about 1.18 Newton. So you can always calculate the weight of an object by taking its mass in kilograms and multiplying by the value of g at that location. So for the same reason, the earth is really not a perfect sphere. It's kind of like squished from the poles from the top to the bottom and bulging in the middle. So therefore, the g value is the highest at the poles and slightly lower in the equator. So that means as you move from one latitude to another latitude on the earth, your weight will change, but your mass, however, will stay the same. If you want to measure the mass, you can use what's called as the balance. You can place some standard weights here, and then you can measure the mass of any object. If you want to measure the weight, you need to use something called as a spring balance. Because that will measure the force with which the earth attracts you downward. So therefore, remember, weight is measured in newtons and mass is measured in kilograms, and if you want to go from one to the other, you will use the equation weight is mass times acceleration due to gravity.